do you think that I'm being unfair by saying that those on the right are going to complain about the moderators almost no matter what?
No, I think it's true. I mean, both things can be true. Your team can win a game and the refs can make bad calls. And I've been tweeting this and saying this forever. I'm fed up with the Republican candidates having to face 3 people on stage. Why won't Kamala do a debate at Fox News? I don't even like Fox News. Why won't they do a debate there? It always is.
Trump won't do a debate there either.
Oh, he totally would.
No, he won't.
I think he'd do okay, Wall Street Journal, whatever.
Yeah.
But obvious, and also, the fact checks both at the CBS debate and the one, whoever David Muir works for, they were false. I think it matters going forward. I don't think there should ever be moderators. I think the candidates should ask one another questions, time them, cut their mics if one goes on too long. Let's start with the questions. They're like, climate change and abortion and what were the other ridiculous
but again,
ones?
Abortion's a ridiculous topic to bring up.
It's not a federal issue. If you look at the top 10 issues that Americans care about, it's immigration, it's crime,
so why are Republicans so worried about abortion?
We got one question. We got one question on the issues Americans care about. So just start with the stupid questions. Oh, and school shootings, which are 0.38% of all fatal shootings in America. But, oh, the girls are worried about it. But they were such stupid questions. And yes, JD Vance crushed, he killed, he was fabulous.
And you agree that Trump was sort of a disaster against Harris, right?
I think he was a disaster. Well, I think my bona fides as not a political hacker established by having written in Trump We Trust and then spending 4 years attacking him.
But that's why I'm asking, yeah.
I'd rather have the next Trump Harris debate send in JD for that one.
Right. Okay. That's fair. Now let's talk about the left. Now I've been asking about the right. It does seem like this idea of Walz won, right? I had a bunch of people on the left call into my radio show today saying the same thing, saying well, Walz won, and when I pushed them, it was clear to me that no matter what happened in that debate, they were going to come out and say, Walz won. Why? Because they agree with him on the substance, right? So no matter what happened in the debate, Walz won because it's about the substance, it's not about the performance.
Right. Well, remember, there was a New York Times op-ed writer. They asked them after the Biden-Trump debate who won. And one New York Times op-ed, absolutely, Biden won that debate. He was a vegetable. And some of them were kind of in the middle. I think what I like, and by the way, thank you so much for showing some of those clips, because I had to do a podcast on the debate and then write my column on the debate. So I didn't have time to watch MSNBC
Now you got to see it.
I was heartbroken.
Yes, you got to catch up.
It shows, I mean, how much the media has been lying, first about Biden, now about Walz and Vance. The way they've been portraying Walz as, he's a football dad and everybody, he's an abject moron. And Vance, the weirdo who can't talk at a donut shop. He's weird, and the cat ladies, he's weird. And he's obviously the most presidential person running for office this year.
You mean of the 4? I mean, but look, but he was the same way I thought Kamala Harris was surprisingly good in the debate against Trump. I thought he was surprisingly good in the debate. I couldn't believe before the debate people saying, well, Walz, 70% of people thought Walz was going to be better than Vance.
Well, that's the way the media's been portraying.
And I'm like, what? Are you guys crazy?
Well,
I mean, like, you think the favorite is Walz? I was like thinking, I was 100% convinced that Vance was going to be better than Walz.
You've been paying attention more. I mean, I thought Vance would win, but
he was so nervous.
The blowout? Yeah. Oh my gosh, not like that. And also, maybe I watch more MSNBC and CNN than you do, and read the New York Times. But the way they have been portraying JD Vance is like he's some sort of six-fingered freak. And the way they have so been lying about Walz. I just saw on Twitter before walking on, there's a funny thing of you see Obama saying, I need a vice president dumber than me, and it's Biden. And then Biden, I need a vice president dumber than me. Kamala saying, I need a vice president dumber than me. Tim Walz, we got him.
Ann Coulter, Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.